Hey guys, Goon Studios, and I'm going to do a video of reviews of budget knives. If you don't have a lot of money to spend, what to look for, which ones are good, which ones aren't good, and prices and stuff like that. So, I'm going to start with the silver one right here. This is the Bartek Pro Tactical Series. It's not really tactical in my opinion, but overall it's pretty good. I sharpened it a little bit, and it's pretty sharp. Not a lot of really cheap knives usually won't cut paper. This was about 30 bucks, which is pretty cheap for a knife, but otherwise it's very good. One way is open it as slow as you can and see if the lock will actually catch. This one does. Move the blade and hold the handle, see if it wobbles. This one doesn't. And take they're called scales, the handle of the knife, and see if you can move them. So that just sees if the screws are any good and if they put them in right. So this kind of passes all my little tests, so I would say this is a very good knife. So if you don't have a lot of money to spend, look for the Bartek Pro. I don't know if this is maybe the only Bartek knife that was ever any good, but as far as I know, they seem to be pretty good knives. So just because it's cheap doesn't mean it's bad. Now this is the Tac Force. It says on the blade the Tac Force Speedster model. It's kind of a stupid name, but it's pretty good. It's spring assisted, so that means when you just have to push in the knob just a little bit, or push the hand a little bit. My thumb caught on that, but it's pretty good. It wobbles a bit more than this one. This one doesn't at all, but this Tac Force will move in the handle, and it's not quite as sharp, and I actually paid more for this knife. Sometimes it will cut paper, but sometimes it just rips. I think it's kind of unevenly sharp. I think it's mostly just sharp in this area, because as soon as I'm cutting the paper and it gets down to here, it doesn't seem to want to cut as easy. And after a little while, the scales or the handles will actually wobble a bit. So just because it looks cool doesn't always mean it's any good. But every time I tighten the screw, it will tighten up, but then it just loosens up again. So it is half decent. The problems it has aren't major or anything like that, but it's not. I prefer this one, which is actually $10 cheaper, but they're both pretty good for the money. Now this is a Remington Sportsman series skinning knives. See if I can get. Yeah, here's the case. It's not advertised by Remington very good, but so this one is basically the main skinning knife. It has what's called a belly, which is when it rounds a lot. That's as far as I know. And this one is the sharpest of all of them. This one I think is meant for the most skinning. And it also has a gut hook, so that when you make a cut in the animal, you can just put the gut hook in and tear it. Well, actually it doesn't tear, it cuts pretty nicely. And then that way, when you make a cut and cut into the animal, you won't cut all the guts and have a bunch of bodily fluids all over your meat. So it's important, and if it doesn't have a gut hook, you just need to be a bit more careful. As far as I know, it's pretty sharp too. Yep. See how sharp the gut hook is. It's not extremely sharp, but it will work. So this one, with a folding knife, really the only tests is the handle good? Well, in this case the handle is basically the knife, and is it sharp, and is it springy? Like, can you actually bend the knife? That's a pretty bad sign. With this, it's basically stainless steel, and very thick stainless steel. I think that's 1/4 of an inch, and so basically it makes almost like a mini axe. It makes kind of a wedge. So if you were to hit this into a log and then take another log and hit it down, you would be able to split the log much easier. So these knives are kind of survival / skinning knives, and since the whole thing is just a piece of stainless steel, it's not going to bend, it's not going to break unless you're an absolute idiot. But yeah, the second two aren't quite as sharp as this one. They're meant more for chopping and whittling, that kind of thing. But and these were $30, so the skinning knives were $30. This one was 40, I think, and this one was 20. So yeah, that's what to look for, and that's the kind of stuff that you can get from knives under $50. Alright, so I'm going to be coming out with more videos on shooting and stuff like that. We're getting a shooting range sometime soon, in about a week. So expect some videos on that. If you have some cool knives you want to show, make a video response to this video, or leave in the comment section your knives and that kind of stuff, that would be awesome. Alright, I will see you in the next videos. Bye.